Today we're going to be doing the second part of this How to Build an End Grain Chopping Board series. So as you can see, we have our big slab here, so what we're going to do now is smoothen it and flatten it, and then we're going to cut it and put it into the pattern and glue it up. And this will actually be a 3-part series because I was boxing this weekend and I was just too tired to come out yesterday. So we'll finish it up next weekend, but we'll get the majority of the work done today, so let's get to building this. Alright, so it's pretty flat as it is because we use those pieces of wood, the cauls as you call them, to keep it nice and flat, but some of them will stick up above the edge. Now if you had a thickness sander, that would be absolutely perfect, or a drum sander would be even better, but I don't. So what I'm going to use my hand plane and have a clamp down, and I'm just going to come across and reference the plane off the flat part of the wood, and then just come in like this and just take the wood off and get it as flat as possible, and then I'm going to sand it, and once we get it all flat we'll bring it over to the table saw and cut it into its strips. So we measured 1.25 inches wide, so now we're just going to cut it. So be sure to use your push lift. So if you don't have dust collection like me, this is what you get after doing a load of cuts. And I'm not sure if you can see it floating about in the air, but it's really bad. So luckily I have my respirator, so I'm going to leave the shop for a bit, let it all drop, clean it up, and then we'll get back to building the chopping board. And as you can see, we have all our pieces cut. There was only one where the joint was a bit bad, so I'll have to glue that up, but other than that everything went grand. And to get the end grain pattern, we're going to flip it this way and flip every second one like that, but I'll show you that in a second. Alright, so here guys is what it will look like after you take all your pieces off the table saw. So you should have kept them aligned in order because this will make it a lot easier for you. So to make an end grain chopping board, we're going to flip every piece of wood 90 degrees like this, and you actually end up with a longer chopping board now because it'll be a bit less thick, and as you can see there's two ones that the joints just kind of weren't strong enough in that area, but it's alright. So that's your end grain chopping board, and as you can see it's pretty big, so you could actually nearly make these into 2 little squares or one a bit smaller or something, whatever you feel like, but it's a nice big one. So we're going to glue it up like this, but actually before you do that you flip every second one, so this is what's going to give us our pattern. So you flick every second piece of wood like that, and this will give you your pattern. Now I know it's going to be a bit hard for you to see because the wood's before finish is put on, it's kind of hard to see, but there, trust me, there's the pattern there and it'll look really cool. So let's get to gluing this. Now to apply the glue, it's a lot easier actually than last time. Basically just flip all your pieces of wood to 90 degrees apart from the last one, and then just shove a load of glue on top, spread it all, and then flip them back down and clamp it up. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll get back to you once I have it all in the clamps. Well guys, as you can see I have 4 clamps here, 2 there and 2 there for the cauls, and then 1 going across here just to close up those 2 little gaps, and you can't even see them anymore. 1 was there and 1 was there. So as you can see it's not going to be perfectly flat, but it's going to be pretty decent. And what I do is from the saw I use that sawdust and rub it in to stop the glue from spreading, so that way it will be a lot easier to clean up when I'm done. So as you can see it's going to be pretty big, and just to put it into comparison, there's my hand, and I have a big enough hand, I'm tall enough, and you can see it's pretty massive. So yeah, that's it guys pretty much for this part. Next week we'll be doing all the final touches, putting the finishes on, adding some curves, and then you'll have your nice end grain chopping board. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, part 2 of building the chopping board. feel free to check out my Keek, and if you enjoyed this video, if you haven't already, please subscribe because it really does help. And please comment if you have any questions, and I'm sorry if I can't get to your comments quickly, but it's just hard for me because now I can't do it on my iPhone, so I have to get on the computer, and I own my own computer, so it takes a while for me to comment back to you. So the quickest way is actually, if you really want an answer quick of me, email me to adamthewoodworker@gmail.com, and I'll be back to you within an hour, I'd say, in most cases. So yeah guys, please call, rate and subscribe. Remember, a cleaning shop is a safe shop. Thanks for watching.